Hi everyone, welcome back for another one of our team previews. We're finishing off the NFC North today. We've got the Green Bay Packers with coach Mike McCarthy in his 8th season with the club, Ted Thompson, the GM, in his 9th season, and they've had great consistency and good results. Last year they were 11-5, but were handily beaten by the San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs, 45-31. We look at offense, and they're led by Aaron Rodgers, one of the NFL's premier quarterbacks. They signed Vince Young to be the backup, which is intriguing because that was more of a neat move that was in response to them losing their left tackle Brian Bulaga for the year to a torn ACL. They cut last year's backup Graham Harrell, who, after a great career at Texas Tech, was horrible and at times for the Packers. We look to their wide receivers now, where this is a team that's going to love to throw the ball. They got Jordy Nelson, but he missed the majority of training camp. I think he was hurt on about the third day of camp. Needed knee surgery, was hurt last year. So you have to wonder when he's going to be 100% healthy, if he's going to be 100% healthy. He's only had one exceptional year in his career, and that was 2 years ago. And then we look at Randall Cobb, who is poised for a breakout year. He's been a great player on returns. He's a guy they like to get the ball in all sorts of different situations. So look for him to be the guy getting the most touches if Nelson is out. Then we have James Jones. 14 touchdowns last year. Don't expect that to be matched. Touchdowns have been very fluky in the NFL. They're not something you can predict year to year. So I don't see the James Jones repeating that, but he's still going to be the number 3 receiver there. And then you go to tight end, where they've got one of the more athletic tight ends in the entire NFL, Jermichael Finley. He's playing for a contract. He's going to be motivated. He's highly athletic. I like him to have a very good season and cash in at the end of the year, but I don't think he's going to be in Green Bay. I think he's going to be looking for a new contract elsewhere. We go to running back, where it's a big competition. No one's grabbed hold of the starting job. We'll start with the rookies they brought in. Eddie Lacy in the second round out of Alabama, great career, but he's had some injury concerns. And then you have Jonathan Franklin out of UCLA, rushed for 1,700 yards. The 4th round pick could surprise people and steal a job from Lacy. But then you look, they cut Dwan Harris, who was at one point listed top of the depth chart. They have Alex Green from last year, who made 4 starts but only averaged 3.4 yards a carry. And then you have James Starks, who's made 4 starts in his career and gone for 4 yards a carry. So you don't have a great option if you really want one of the rookies to grab the job because you don't have a good veteran. We move to the offensive line, where they're going to be starting David Bakhtiari in place of Bulaga following his torn ACL at left tackle. He's a rookie, 4th round pick. We move to right guard, where TJ Lang talks a big game on Twitter, but gave up 8.5 sacks last year, the most among interior linemen and among guards. The line is helped by Rodgers' quick release, but it's not a great line. I mean, yes, you have a Pro Bowler in Josh Sitton, but you're breaking in a new center who made half the season starts last year, and you're wondering, what are you going to get from first round pick Derek Sherrard? He was drafted in 2011, broke his leg back in the year the Packers went 15-1 in that Chiefs loss. So you have to wonder, is he going to play? He didn't play last year. They really need him if they want to compete, because they're going to need a left tackle. Starting rookies at left tackle is rarely successful, especially if they're not top 10 picks. Move to the Packers 3-4 defense, where the nose tackle is Ryan Pickett. He's old. He's in his mid-30s. He's still productive. You have to wonder, can he keep it going? He had a very good season last year, but he's got to repeat that if the Packers want to compete for a title. And then we move to the ends. They drafted Dante Jones, 1st round pick out of UCLA. This is a player I really liked last year. He was a force on that Bruins defense. He was probably one of the reasons why the Bruins enjoyed as much success as they did in Jim Mora Jr.'s first season as Bruins head coach. And then they got BJ Raji, who 2 years ago graded out as horrible, has improved last year, but his production has continually dropped since 2010, but he does a good job at eating up blockers. And then John Jolly is back. He's reinstated following drug dealing, being arrested for drug stealing, for failing tests, everything you could possibly. He's had as many off-field problems as anybody. He's reinstated, hasn't played since 2009. You wonder what you're going to get. And then you got Jarrell Worthy, who was drafted in the second round last year, and Mike Neal, who's drafted in the second round a couple of years ago. So you got some depth at that position, at least if someone goes down with an injury. Move to linebacker. A.J. Hawk had a bounce back 2012 after bad 2011. You really hope he continues that strong play, but Brad Jones is not a great starter. Probably wouldn't be a starter on most teams, so that's going to be a weakness for the Packers. And then you have Clay Matthews, whose health is a big question, because when he's healthy, he's a dominant force, but when he's not, the Packers struggle. They don't have really many other pass rush options. And then opposite him is Nick Perry, who missed majority of his season last year, the rookie out of USC, the first round pick. We go now to the secondary, where Tramon Williams gave up a ton of yards again as their top corner, but he also has great ball skills, so he can take away some passes. We look at their second starting corner job, and that's a battle between Sam Shields, who started 8 games last year, and Casey Hayward, who was one of the best rookies last year. Hayward was very good in the slot, and you wonder if he grabs the starter's job, how many interceptions he can get this year. Morgan Burnett is a absolutely great playmaker at safety, but then MG Jennings is really a guy who's a fringe starter around the league. He wouldn't be starting for a lot of other teams. We go to the special teams now, where kicker Mason Crosby had a horrible year last year. He'll look to bounce back. He was one of the better kickers in the NFL a few years ago. And then Tim Masley was a below average punter. Luckily for the Packer fans, they don't need a punter a lot. They've got Aaron Rodgers, who continues drives, and they're kicking field goals most of the time if they're not scoring touchdowns. So projected record for the Packers, that's 12-4, winning the NFC North again, and that's how I see it this year for the Green Bay Packers.